guys. I should be getting live here. Give me a second.
Again, it's Survivor 2. It's not like...
All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Resident Evil Gun Survivor 2. This is an adventure of a Resident Evil game. I have commentating with me here my good friend Max, or Snoodly Bottle.
What's up, y'all?
He's one of the few other people who have made the terrible decision to run this game. And you'll see. But I'm playing this on a light gun on a GunCon 2. So those of you familiar with it, the way the controls work here is the D-pad moves you forward and backwards and strafes left and right. The A and B buttons above the trigger are how you actually turn. And if any of you have played a Resident Evil game, you'll know that turning's kind of important. What you'll also see a couple times, inevitably, if I double tap one of the turn buttons, it auto-focuses onto an enemy. And I'm going to do that unintentionally every single time except once. So, yeah.
Yeah, so this game is good in the sense that it's an interesting take on Resident Evil, and it's bad in every other sense. So this game is pretty trash.
But yeah, so this game, I'm obviously playing this on a PS2 with a GunCon, but there was a cabinet of this, Japan only. If any of you are in the Chicago area, I cannot remember the name of the arcade. It's like Night Horse or something like that. But there's an arcade here in Chicago that has this particular cabinet, which I still need to get over and check out. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna give Steve the little bit of respect he might deserve, possibly, in this game, because it's faster to play as him.
This is the only game where Steve is okay to play as.
Yeah, his double pistols are pretty OP. Anyway, we should get started here. So, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Yeah, so I speedrun this game on controller, like regular controller, on PC, and Deagle's doing it on GunCon, so it's going to be even more... I saw some strafes in practice, and I was like, I've never seen that before.
Yep.
And
as not great as this is on controller, it's better on controller. I'm really curious how it is on actual cabinet, though.
Yeah, to give you guys a little heads up into like controller, playing this on a controller. So for example, like on an Xbox controller, you have to use L1, R1 or the bumpers to turn, including like, again, double taps to like, turn around and do different things. And strafing is also done differently. Also, Deagle's doing Nemesis %, which is a game mode that is interesting. So instead of just any % where you try to run through the game and beat the 5 levels as quickly as possible, he's also going to be collecting gems. There are hidden gems around the entirety of the gameplay. So he's going to be collecting all of those. This is something I don't do, so it was interesting seeing him in practice, like look for see where the gems are. And then that's going to unlock some special stuff at the end. So you'll see a lot of familiar territory if you've played Code Veronica or CVX. This is obviously the prison level, so we kind of go through all of the stages of Code Veronica just in a very condensed form.
Yeah, there's some connections, well, some doors that don't exist normally, and some connections that are like, are you sure this island door should really connect to a room in Australia? Or, not Australia, in Antarctica.
Antarctica?
I think the island is part of Australia, if I recall correctly. These guys are just kind of in the way, so I kill them.
This room should be recognizable to anyone that played Code Veronica as well. There's a lot of heals and a bunch of other junk in here.
There's the MP100s. I think that's what those double pistols are.
Yeah.
Oops, that was not the... turn button.
Yeah, so the running theory about this game is that there's a section of Code Veronica, the actual game, where you're on a plane heading to the next area, and Claire is sleeping, and apparently, like, this game takes place as the dream that she's having.
Galloping Ghost, that's it. Thank you. I remembered something with horses and ghosts.
Ghost horses.
Yeah. So we just shoot the screen to skip cutscenes here. Don't jump. Nope, they're right at the end too.
Right at the end too. Yeah, so that's our first boss, the spider. We see the spider in a couple different areas in Code Veronica. The biggest one we see is in Antarctica. When it freezes over and it pops out. So there's the spider again coming to play. And yeah, the biggest RNG element there is like that spider can jump all over the place depending on who he's aggroed on and distance from the character and everything else, and it's a nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Steve, Burnside better than Claire? Now I've seen everything. He's only better for this because he has 2 guns instead of 1.
Yep. I was going to say, it's only because he can fire 2 bullets instead of 1.
Yep. Did that gun switch take or no? No, it did not. Okay.
So now we're in the next area where this is the first building where we meet Alfred in the regular game. Unless I'm mistaken. Again, I play any percent where the run is like 10, 12 minutes. But I'm pretty sure we don't see Alfred at all.
In this game, no, I don't think so.
Yeah. And
here's one of the worst ones.
Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Might just try and shoot my way through. Oh, wait. Nice. Okay.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'll usually shoot the first one or back up, and then I'll try to rush through the rest.
Yeah, his goofy macho dual wielding actually has a benefit here. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, his bravado devolves pretty quickly into creepiness, though, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone remembers the Bandersnatches in this room, which had the puzzle in Code Veronica. They were there. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that instance right there of the double tap to snap to an enemy is the one and only time it's intentional.
It's the quickest way to turn around in that room so you can get out.
Yeah, I remember to switch the gun before the boss this time. When I did the practice run just before this, I did it before the first boss, and that was it.
Now the second boss of the game, another kind of regular enemy in the regular game, is this Poison Hunter. Fun part about this guy is, again, he can jump around everywhere depending on who he's aggroed on. The other thing is if he's on the ground, he can't be hit, which sucks. So if Claire knocks him down by being too close, you lose a lot of time by the hunter being on the ground. Good thing, though, is this hunter won't poison you, even though it's a poison hunter.
Yeah.
S for stupendous.
Yeah, and in actual Code Veronica, there's one particular spot where a poison hunter is very likely to hit you, and I have a blue herb that I just always grab. Even... Like, I never intend to get hit by him, but it's probably just gonna happen. Actually, I'm using a grenade launcher on this, so I'll keep this out. This gem here, I think, is like the easiest one to miss. Because, the direction it faces you in the... Really? The direction it faces you in the room where it is... just doesn't imply that there's anything behind you. Good job, Licker. You did it.
So this is the training facility. This is probably the longest level. Well, I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe the next one, but it's probably the longest level because you have to collect 2 key items here. But it's where a bulk of the gameplay happens too.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna see a lot of different enemies and stuff here.
And it's kind of interesting the way the arcade version works. Like the gun is actually on a stick that you can move around. So not just like turn the gun. I think that's how you actually turn. But you can move, kind of like, you know, moving, say, a gear shifter in a car or something. Like a manual car, that is. You can move the gun side to side, back and forward. I don't know if it does diagonals. I imagine it would, but I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, I still need to play it myself, but it's pretty cool how they add that extra dimension of movement in the arcade game. Up here, we just need to... Oh, that was too early.
It's okay. He still died, and somehow the Bandersnatch had a key on him because, of course.
Just grabbing that shotgun to kill some extra stuff along the way, because we do have to get through a couple zombies to get through the next gem.
I will say one of the good things this game has going for it though is the music is pretty baller.
Oh,
This
yeah.
game has some bangers in it.
Yeah, this is the self-destruct theme from actual Code Veronica. I'm just kind of sad it doesn't have the meow, meow
The
alarm
cat.
over it.
The
Yeah.
cat alarm.
But yeah, Code Veronica has some great music. And I'm glad it takes a lot from that game. Claire's going ham down there.
So what's up?
I was saying Claire's going ham down there shooting whatever that was.
Oh, the spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a brain sucker
Yeah, see?
from RE3 and nowhere else. Oh, damn it.
See, so they also take stuff not only from Code Veronica but also from RE3 because they put brain suckers in this game.
Yep. So yeah, so this is where the dream aspect of that really comes in that Max was talking about earlier. The only way to make it acceptable is Jill must have told Claire about these monsters. Because no one
Yeah,
else
that's
would have seen them. Taking time to gun down giant spiders? Yeah. Yeah, I approve of that.
No, you just need to put the giant spiders in a cup and put them back outside so they can, do what they gotta do. Take out some giant flies or something.
Right? So back here,
Oh gosh, okay.
this is the easiest one to miss.
Contamination detected.
That makes sense. I've never come back here. I mean, I knew this room existed, but I was like,
All personnel
because you're so close to the boss fight.
immediately.
Yeah. And it faces you in the direction you need to go for the boss fight, so...
Contamination detected.
I have in runs before just like completely dirked out and forgot to grab that.
All personnel evacuate immediately.
Yeah, another thing you'll notice about this game as Deagle enters the next boss fight against Nosferatu is that you'll see these gun pickups, and there's always 2 of them. Like there's an AK and 2 mini pistols, or there's the grenade launcher or Magnum. It's character based, so if you play as Steve, you'll get the grenade launcher. If you play as Claire, you'll get the other one, etc., etc.
Well, we took 3, but
That second shot was the good one.
yep.
So his damage is weird for killing Nosferatu. If you fire the grenade launcher, the initial shell hits him and takes a chunk of his health, and then the splash damage will take like almost half his health bar. So if you get like a really good shot, like 2 of those, then this fight's over in an instant.
And those two bandersnatches in the room love to push you around and make you not be in position to get that shot. And like you have to get close to Nosferatu, but not too close. And also, hey look, it's Nemesis.
I
Anyway,
remember him, Code Veronica.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, so the theme of this level is getting chased by Nemesis.
This can actually happen multiple times throughout the game. The timer at the start is not like a timer that, you know, as soon as it hits 0, you know, you start over or whatever, but as soon as it hits 0, Nemesis comes for you.
Yep. And that would be in any stage.
Yep.
This stage, as you can see, it just puts you there. There is a brief moment, though, before Nemesis does enter the room. Also, these hunters are... Oh, hey.
He did something.
I was just getting ready to say, these hunters are useless and don't know what they're doing. And he's like, what you say? It's been too early.
It's dead though. It did die. I heard it die. So
Okay.
you at least got the revenge for the hit.
Right. Alright, so I may or may not die in this room coming up here.
This is my least favorite room in the entire speedrun.
So there are supplies in these boxes on either side of the stairs here. But I've taken to just ignoring them because I'm probably going to die anyway and lose them. Please, let me through. Thank you.
Yeah, you're getting pushed by something for a second. I was like,
Yeah, I don't know
okay,
what
man.
that was. I'm blaming Claire.
Gosh darn it, Claire.
Okay, good. We didn't die to the liquor today. Oh, this one. So we'll probably die in the next set of rooms.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember the liquors from Code Veronica as well. You know, big part of the game.
Yep. Hopefully this spider here just aggroes Claire the whole time. Look, it's Alexia.
Actual Alexia.
By the way, we're in Antarctica now. That happened at some point.
Yeah, we just walked through the private residence, which was, you know, at the prison colony and so forth, and now we're in Antarctica. It's crazy.
So here's the best hidden gem in the game. Right there. There's also some zombies right here. And I remember this time some zombies are going to bust out of these boxes.
One day someone will explain how 2 completely separate boxes stacked on top of each other held 2 completely whole zombies.
Right.
But to be fair, if you ask questions of logic in a Resident Evil game, you're already setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, that's already bad decision number 1.
Yeah.
We're going to grab this and just run straight through. Because there's a nice little prize on the other side of this door.
Yeah. Making their second appearance from RE3. More brain suckers.
Oh. Anyone have a guess as to what our next boss is going to be? Is it going to be an actual boss enemy? Or is it going to be just a giant spider, which I guess is a boss, or a poison hunter?
I'll bow out. I know the answer already.
Oh, look. It's Alexia.
Technically, the boss here is actually two dogs featuring Alexia.
Yeah.
So, again, Alexia works in a very similar way to Nosferatu. She can take splash damage, but she's much tankier than Nosferatu is. So, even if you get like some, splash damage shots, you're still gonna take like 4 or so.
Yeah. Well, that was our second to last level. We got one more level here. Which is super, super long.
A for amazing. A for airport.
Yeah, exactly.
The game was spoiling stage 5. Yeah, this is one of the few levels that, if you're paying attention to the previous cutscene, you'll notice what's on the door is the same kind of wallpaper that's been on every door before we enter a boss fight.
Yeah, doesn't it? Level intro screen does go hard. Alright, take this grenade launcher again.
And
Some
here's
health.
the same wallpaper.
Level 5. It does increase with each level too, so it's like level 1, level 2, level 3 for each of the 5 levels.
Nice little touch. But it kind of tells you that when you exit stage 4, that stage 5 is really, really short. It's like right before a boss fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we have Hammer Hands Tyrant. Hands would be like perfect for a barbecue. Just like put your hand down, just like stab some meat and good to go.
Finish him, Claire. Thank you.
Yeah.
Alright, and so any percent, this is where it'd be over, but oh look. Someone's not very happy with us. He wants those gems. We stole the gems from his Infinity Gauntlet.
It's Thanasis.
Wait, is that? Oh yeah, by the way, he's Oko.
Yeah, he destroys you and your partner in one hit every time.
So we kind of just dance around him and hope we don't die a lot.
So that's rocket launchers will kill you in one hit, which is pretty realistic
It's
to be
bad.
fair. And his punches will also do it. So,
Yep.
oh, goodbye, Claire.
Yep.
But we do
Oh,
get to
that
use
was
the
a punch.
we do get to use the linear launcher that you use against Spinal Alexia. Got it.
Or there we go.
Nice.
That's time.
Whew.
Yeah, so that's Nemesis percent. Basically collect 5 gems, and then you fight an extra boss. But I think it's a bit more fun just to add that extra boss since, you know, he chases you the whole time. And it's just nice to get a little payback. But yeah. I thought about, you know, saying like, I'm gonna try for a 1cc on this. And then I remembered Nemesis is a one-shot or a one-hit kill on you. And then I gave up that idea. It was 1cc up to that though. So I'll claim that as a win. It would have been a 1cc any percent. So that's about as much of a win as we can really claim here. But yeah, so that is Gun Survivor 2. The one and only Resident Evil arcade game that I'm aware of. Unless there's another one. I think this is the only one. But
No Chris in this one. Steve learns to fly a jet.
Right.
And
Somehow.
despite him being one of the worst personalities in Resident Evil, he ends up basically being the hero of Code Veronica and Resident Evil 3 because he killed both Nemesis and Save the Day in Code Veronica.
Yep. I should play this as Claire to get the Magnum so we can give Nemesis stars next time. Sorry, I had to do it. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining me, Max. Nice to have someone else who knows something about this game.
I think you might have a couple of extra seconds. Just go back to the menu just for me, real quick.
Okay.
Just real quick.
Right.
As someone that plays this game semi-religiously, which is a nightmare, I clearly don't like myself. There's something that I just want to show real quick, and that's there are extra game modes in this, and Deagle won't play through them, but there are extra game modes in this that are kind of like side things that you can do, like dungeon mode, where you crawl through like different levels to do different objectives. And then my favorite game mode, which is versus roach mode. It is a game mode that is, if anyone's played classic Resident Evil 2, and remembers the part where you're Sherry or you're Ada and you're running through like a tunnel, the fan tunnel, and there's all these roaches flying around and everything else, and you have to, they don't really do much to you, they just kind of stand in your way. Well, in Code Veronica in the arcade game, versus roach mode is basically 5 levels of you in different rooms where the walls are completely covered in those same roaches from Resident Evil 2. And your job is solely to kill every roach in the room. So that's versus roach mode. As I said, he won't go through all of it, but there's several stages, and each stage gets a little bit harder. Some stages get bigger, so there's more roaches. Some stages add the poisonous moths from Code Veronica, which is interesting, so you have to kill them in addition to the roaches. And then the final level, Capcom couldn't decide what they wanted to do to make it harder at the end. So they were like, you know what, we'll have the roaches, we'll have the moths, and we'll add freaking laser beams. So there's like laser beams that traverse the room that you're running in, and you have to run by them and kill the roaches at the same time. So, fun game mode. If anyone gets the chance to ever play this game, highly recommend playing roach mode at some point. It's a lot of fun.
Yep. All right. So with that, I'll once again say thank you, Max, for joining me. And
thank you for doing
RGL, thanks for having me on again. And enjoy House of the Dead coming up next.
Great game.